Imagine this. You've just mourned the loss of a great friend and mentor. You've looked up to them, they've been an encouragement to you, and they've really helped you grow as an individual and person. And you are mourning deeply the loss of this individual. And maybe you've experienced this kind of loss before in your life as well. But you go to the gravesite to say your final goodbyes, but when you get to the grave, it's open and your friend's body isn't there. But there's two weird glowing figures there as well, telling you that your friend has risen from the dead and has been resurrected. And you're a little bit shocked, but you're really excited. You wipe the fresh tears you just shed away, and you go tell everyone you know. This is a victorious chapter of Matthew 28. We've just gone through Jesus' death, and it seems as though death has won. But in fact, Jesus has won. And the disciples are realizing this more than ever. For us, we know this story, and sometimes we take for granted just how amazing the resurrection is. Because to experience that much joy of the resurrection, we have to understand the deep amount of grief that the disciples would have experienced, and that we also experience when we understand just how deep our sin actually is. And so this is at the point where everything makes sense now. The disciples are seeing Jesus, he is rose again, and everything he's been saying about his death, about his resurrection is all coming together. And so some of them weren't totally sure what to believe. But now they believe in Jesus, they believe that he's conquered the sin, and they're ready to go out and serve him. So seeing Jesus alive, they now had a decision to make. Everything Jesus has said would happen has now come true. And we too have a decision to make. We cannot encounter the cross and the resurrection without making a decision. Either Jesus died and rose again, or he didn't. And this changes our life. Will we follow Jesus' teaching and live a life like he told us to? Will we go and sell everything we have and follow him? Will we endure ridicule, mocking, and pain to make his name known? Will we follow the difficult steps of Jesus and do what he says for us to do? So it's a great decision to make, but it's one Jesus commissions his disciples for at the end of the chapter of Matthew 28. Matthew 28, 18 to 20 says this: "And Jesus came and said to them, 'All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I have commanded.'" And he says, all authority in heaven has been given to me. And it's clear that he does have authority. He's just beaten death. He has authority over sin and death because he's done that on the cross. But he has a job for us to do. Go therefore and make disciples. Go out and tell everyone about this great news, and baptize them in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I have taught. But he doesn't just commission his disciples to go out, he leaves them with this sweet promise as well. He says, "And behold, I am with you to the very end of the age." Jesus is always with us. He doesn't just commission us and go out and do stuff and I'm just going to step back. He's like, no, go out and do this and I am with you. I will give you strength, encouragement, and guidance. So let's go out, make disciples, knowing that Jesus goes with us.